Yo, what is up YouTube? Michael Thomas back with another update. So, dual core, the best thing about it is that longer nap in the morning, and if you don't know what dual core is, it's basically two cores. I take one 2.5 hour core, then I take a 1 hour and a half core later on in the morning. I took it at 5 a.m. and I get a massive chunk of REM. It's like an injection of REM from the universe, and I find it much better because when you're attempting to adapt to the everyman, part of that is learning to take naps and learning to go into REM and get the most out of the 20 minute to half an hour. And sometimes I'm setting it for 20 minutes when I was adapting to Everyman, and I'm not falling asleep, and I'm thinking, oh no, I'm 10 minutes into it, I haven't fallen asleep yet. This time, this has eliminated that. I set it for an hour and a half, and I'm like, and I drift off, and I get boom, 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 dreams, bam, bam, bam. So it's early days yet. This is only the second day, so we'll see how this progresses. I'm going to be out of town on Friday over the weekend, which brings me to the next thing I wanted to. Well, I say the next thing I want to elaborate on, but I've touched on it many times. Some of the points that I make may be somewhat of a affirmation for you. So, but it's good to be reminded of this stuff because our internal dialogue can sometimes go on a bit of a negative, so it helps to be reminded. So I'm going out of town. How I would usually approach this is I'd start telling myself I'm going to be out of town. The sleeping situation isn't going to be ideal. I just won't do it over the weekend. I won't do the polyphasic sleep over the weekend, and I'll pick it up on the Monday. And sometimes it's not too bad because I'm very enthusiastic and excited about this. So when I do come back on the Monday, I do jump back on it usually. But it's a slippery slope though when you start missing days, because I've missed days here and there, and then before you know it, I've been sleeping monophasically for 2 weeks. So this time round, I know that if I go into it with the mindset of it's not going to be too bad, I'm not going to be too tired, and it's going to pan out that way, hopefully. So anyway, I'll keep you posted. This 40-day challenge is not only to stick to this, but to make a video every day, as you will probably know if you've been watching. So I'll have my phone with me. I'll make you a quick update over the weekend. That's pretty much it. It is 10:30. I think I'm going to go take my core now, rather than just push through. That's never a good idea. And this is the thing as well. I know that it's all about getting adequate rest. In that, don't miss your naps, okay? That is a mistake I made. It's amazing how refreshing just 10 minutes can be, because today, for example, I took my two naps, my two half an hour naps. Well, I've been setting it for 25 minutes, but I've been waking up before the end of the 25 minutes, and I know that I've had some kind of a micro dream or something, because I've woken up, I've become conscious, and I've not known like where I am or like kind of what day is it. Did I speak to this person today? Or was I dreaming that I spoke to them today? So that's promising. Community, wow, there is a real good polyphasic sleep community going on right now over on the Discord app, I think it's called. I keep saying I'm going to leave the link in the video description. I will leave the link to that forum in this video description, I promise you. Like, we all get excited by different things. One of the things that keeps me upbeat and happy is community, meeting people, just people. Like, for example, I enjoy going to a coffee shop. Like, I enjoy going to the coffee shop with other people. I'm not a loner, but I enjoy on occasion, I can enjoy going to the coffee shop by myself. Sit there with my coffee, maybe I've got a book on my laptop, and I enjoy the company of other people, good people. And so yeah, that's one of the things that excites me in life. I think I touched on that. You need to have that emotional IQ, and that's not to say that I've got that locked down. Just the other week, I had a bit of a disagreement with my brother, which took me into a negative mindset. I started getting tense around it, thinking about what was said. He said that, then I said that. I don't have it locked, but that's one of the things that I believe allows me to do this in a way that I wasn't able to do this 4 or 5 years ago, because that emotional stuff, that is like where the stress comes in. And if you've got stress like that at your job or in your marriage or whatever, you're heading for a nervous breakdown if you're not getting adequate sleep. So, but yeah, I get encouragement from being around other people, not even just physically, but just knowing that there's good people out there in the world, and knowing that I can get super excited and well, not so much excited, but appreciative of the circumstances right now for me where I live in the UK. I go to the supermarket, there's 10 different types of yogurts and 20 different types of breads and 30 different types of coffee. There's abundance right now, and there's some part of the world has had to walk for 3 hours just to get water. And so I can get I can get a good energy, an optimistic energy going about around that. I'm not doing the best job at articulating this, but what I'm trying to say is when you're optimistic, you have a good outlook on life, you're appreciative of things, that's energy. Energy is rising and overflowing, and that's where the energy comes from. That's my philosophy anyway. That's what works for me. Anyway, I hope you got something from that. Yeah, so dual core, I get a massive chunk of REM early in the morning. I just really enjoy that longer nap. But the aim is to be on the dual core 2 to go on to the dual core 3, which means cutting down the 2.5 hour core to 1.5 hours. So I will be on 2 1.5 hour cores. I introduce an extra nap, so there'll be 3 naps, but that's gearing towards a realistic version of the Dymaxion. And you can find that suggestion on the Polyphasic Sleep Society website. On the Dymaxion, I'd be averaging about 2.5 to 3 hours total for the day. So that's where it's headed. Just thought I'd fill you in on that. Glad to have you here. Take it easy, and I'll catch you tomorrow. This is day 2, moving into day 3. Take it easy. Peace.